Alright, so in today's video we're going to look at a stack of comics that I purchased from Midtown Comics on their online store. They were having a up to 70% off back issues. Never ordered from them online, so I've always been an in-store person with them, but excited to show what I got and share my experience with you and how their online in-store pickup went. Midtown Comics, I'm not super local to them, but I am close by, and I frequent there maybe once a week, pick up my new releases, and I like going in there. They have a big selection of stuff, especially their new release stuff. They have indie comics that you really don't find in most places, thankfully. So I saw they had a 70% off, up to 75% off. You gotta use the proper vocabulary on their website. So I thought, whatever, let me take a peek. Maybe fill in some runs that I needed. Maybe start some new runs that I've been looking forward to. And I did. And I noticed, I just kept clicking add to cart, and eventually I ended up with like 37 comics in my cart, totaling around somewhere around 80. It was definitely a little above $80, considering I hit the threshold for free shipping. If you spend more than $80, you get free shipping. I opted into store pickup instead, since I'm not too far of a drive. And store pickup was easy. You just show up at the store, confirm your order. They're gonna ask you for ID to confirm it. They'll, pull up your order. You'll get your stack. They'll just have to scan it in. Make sure confirm that you picked it up, and then you'll get an email saying your order is confirmed. It took, let's see, I ordered it Sunday evening, and I got the confirmation email to pick up on Tuesday, so it took a little over a week. Next time they do one of these, I'll definitely check it out again. I'm gonna have it delivered to my home instead of in-store pickup. See if maybe I was under the impression that store pickup might be quicker than delivering it in store. So definitely gonna time the two. It was around the time we had a big snowstorm in the area, so maybe that affected shipping. Nonetheless, got the books, satisfied with what I got, especially in the condition. Midtown Comics gives you like a drop down for what condition you want your books in. So if they have it available, they'll have, very fine, fine plus, good, near mint, whatnot. So to go over what I got, and it's quite a bit, not anything, no big major key issues here, nothing mind blowing, but a lot of just run filler that I needed to put runs together. This did help me complete some runs and start a run I've been wanting to start for a while, very cheaply, and I'll go over the pricing too. So we have Action Comics number 9. This is, I believe, the first cover appearance of Calvin Ellis. This is probably my favorite Otherworld Superman other than Red Sun, because I remember this coming out when I was in high school. I remember it was basically a Superman Obama, which it's ridiculous, but comics are ridiculous. But this was a near mint. This was, I think, like it wasn't like $10 or something, but I think this is just about market value of this book. But it is near. It is near mint. I put it in the Mylar. It looks so nice in the Mylar, but this is like there's not much. There is nothing much of this book. It feels like I picked it up off the rack back in 2012. We have 3 issues of Avengers Prime. This is a run where even when I was reading comics at the time, I didn't even know this was a thing. But I do like the Heroic Age stuff, so I'm looking for that. But I had a couple issues. I had issue 2 and 5 of this, and I don't remember ever buying it. I probably picked it out of a dollar bin somewhere, or 50-cent bin, and figured I'd put the rest of the run together eventually. But here it is. I think these were probably under like $2 a piece. The sale was pretty cheap. I know there's like a second printing wraparound of this first issue. I do like this Hela cover. I do like Hela. One of my favorite, probably one of my only favorite Thor characters, or part of Thor's Rogues Gallery. In issue 4, you got Bendis writing it. This is Bendis' heyday, I would say. Nice. So we got Power Pack issue 2 and issue 3. This completes my little mini series that I put together. I do have to kind of rebag and board. I do like Midtown Comics' they, not these two in particular, I'll probably rebag and board these, but Midtown Comics do have those nice here we go, like they have those nice resealable bags that I like. But this one's a little nasty, but yeah, so this is more early Goody Hiru and Marvel. Again, I love their art. I'm always collecting their stuff. Don't care for Power Pack. I've said this probably a few times already, but I just love the artwork. I love their artwork. And I think this was under $1, like, each. It was. I was very shocked at how cheap some of these issues were, especially ordering online. This felt like I was dollar bin diving on the internet. So it's weird to say. There was a couple issues here, that were more than a couple dollars, and one issue in particular that wasn't part of the sale. But I don't know. I think I did pretty decent with this. Next we have Deadpool 3.1. This is the Mexican version of it. The actual, this isn't the Spanish. This is in Spanish, so I don't know if this is maybe released in Mexico or Spanish-speaking countries, but this is the first issue of this character, Massacre, I believe. I didn't know this character existed until I played Contest of Champions, and I just pulled him in one of those gems. So I was kind of like, who the hell is this character? So I looked into it, and this is where he first appeared. I also recently picked up the English copy of this as well. So it's a very weird character. This is. I do love Dugan and Hussein Deadpool run. That's one of my favorite modern comics run, really. But hey, first appearance for less than $2. I'm taking it. Next we got Gwenpool's Holiday Special. I have a ton of these. I think I'm only missing 2 issues left, two variant covers left of this, but I love Gwenpool, one of my favorite modern Marvel characters. I hate the fact that I don't know what they're Marvel. I mean, we all know Marvel's creatively bankrupt recently, the last couple of years, but I don't know what they're doing with this Gwenpool revival, making Gwen Stacy Gwenpool, and where does the real Gwenpool come into that? But regardless, I loved her original run. I love her introduction in Marvel. So I'm always looking for a cover appearances, any appearances she's making in comics. I forget who the artist does this. Who's the artist on this? But I love it. Absolutely love the cover. Ooh, this one we have goodies. Funny enough, the guy ringing me out at who rung me out, ayo, at Midtown Comics, spoke very, very highly of this run, and this is a run I've been trying to put together, finish up. I'm almost done. But I'm a huge Hickman fan, so I'm picking up his work, and it's Secret Warriors 12, 13, and 18. Again, more heroic age stuff. But yeah, I feel like people who read this talk nonstop about how amazing this run is. And I love the artwork on these. I don't know if this is a variant cover, but I know there's a few variant covers that kind of have this full page, full cover display as opposed to these two, how these two look. But I love Hickman. I love his work. A lot of people don't know about this run, but the people who do know about this run love singing its praises. So can't wait to crack into that. We have Ghost Rider number 6. This is not the Benjamin Percy run, but this is from 2020. I think this is volume 5 or 6. This is the Spider-Woman variant. Again, I think this was probably about $1 or a little bit above it, around it. I love this design of Ghost Rider, the King of Hell. And this is that storyline, I believe. This is a very, very short run. I actually picked up another issue of this recently, so I'm almost done putting that together as well. We got Hail Hydra #1. This is the Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. variant cover. Again, I love this show. I think last video I talked about how much I love this show, but I'm always looking for their covers. I know there was at the time the show was out, I think when they were promoting one of the new seasons, they had a bunch of Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. covers, and it was like the actors and actresses, their like portraits or like just their shots of the like show, of the promotional shots, and it was on like books that made no sense. It was like there was like an Amazing Spider-Man book that had one of these characters on it, and it's silly, just a silly looking cover, and it has nothing to do with the book. So I'm like, I don't know how that helps promote the show, but you know, I don't work in these departments, right? So what would I know? We have great read. We have Infinite Crisis #3. I think this is also a couple of dollars too. This is the George Perez cover. Yeah, so this is the George Perez cover. I am building this set. I have a couple more issues to go. I think I just only have the last issue, and I think issue 2 and 4, I believe. But I got the countdown, 80-page countdown special, and then I have issue 1 and 2. Funny enough, I actually pulled the 2 covers of the first issue at Midtown Comics in the dollar bin. Didn't know they were dollar books, but yeah, it was both the Jim Lee and the George Perez covers. We have Justice JLA #1, the Jeff Johns run. I like Jeff Johns is another writer. I'm always trying to find their work. I love the Ghost Machine imprint right now. It's fantastic stuff. I love Redcoat in particular. Redcoat and Geiger, really good stuff. I have to get into Hyde Street, but this is just a great cover. They did the all 50 states, and then there's a bunch more, and right. So I actually picked this up in a dollar bin at the Midtown outlet in Astoria. I got the New York flag, but home state flag, so gonna pick that up. And next we got issues 2, issue 4, issue 9, issue 10, and 10.1 or 10 AI, sorry, of Age of Ultron. This is, not the best run. I haven't heard the best things about this, but this is a run that I put together very cheaply. These were also very cheap. I think this was probably less than $2 as well, and I'm gonna put it together. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna give it a shot. I do like I forgot who does this cover. Shit, forgot who did the cover, but I like this cover. It's really cool. I didn't know they were also polybags. I thought we were kind of over the whole polybag gimmick. I know the red band thing. Marvel's doing the red band thing, which I did buy the Wolverine red bands. But just gimmick. I don't know. This feels so 90s, and I'm so over gimmick covers. But hey, if it sells, it sells. Now on to a run everyone seems to love. I got X-Force 24, 27, and the final issue. Some of Rick Remender's best work. I got this because of that, and also because I've also read that this is probably some of the best written Deadpool dialogue of any book he's been of. And people like to even argue that Deadpool's better written in this run than he is in even his self-titled stuff. So I want to see that for myself. It seems like some of these runs that you can put together very cheap if you kind of just go and look out there, dollar bin digging, maybe finding deals online. They seem to have some great value when you put the run together. Like I was was looking to buy this run completed, but it was like 80-90 bucks on like eBay. So, and you know, I don't want to always pay eBay prices. I'd rather just go out and search for myself. So to have this, these were definitely under $1 too. And again, the conditions, you know, they said fine, they said good, but I got some of these books and they just, like, I'll take out this. And this is why I love these resealable bags. It's just easy to pop out. But like, just to see, like, okay, yeah, you got some stuff down there, but I mean, it's not that. I mean, again, under $1. I mean, I'm not gonna complain at all, or just about $1. Regardless, cheap enough for me to not complain about the condition. Absolutely not. So this was a book that wasn't part of the sale, but it was 20% off, and I needed it for my Luna cover collection crusade that I'm doing here, and that is Tiger Division 5. This is the Betsy Cola cover. I do love her artwork and her covers. I haven't seen much from her recently, but when she does do covers, it's very, very well, and I love it. I mean, two of my favorite modern Marvel characters, and then Auntie here kind of doing her thing with the Hanafuda cards. But it feels like this is like pastel or definitely not watercolor, but it kind of feels like pencils or pastels. Beautiful cover. I have so many covers from this run. It's unbelievable. Unhealthy. This was a big surprise too. This was about $5. This is a hip hop cover, Star-Lord. I think the album's hundreds, or the artist is hundreds. This is one of those covers that I'm just not too familiar with. I'm a huge hip hop nerd, so this stumped me pretty good. But I'm looking for all the hip hop covers. I don't think I'm even halfway through, but you know, eventually I want to get them all, do a video on all of them, maybe pull out some of my favorite covers and albums, go through some favorite issues. But this was near mint, about $5. So hip hop covers, they're getting scarce. They're getting a little too scarce. So I'm looking to buy them as quick as possible. Now this one is pretty cool too. This is also a couple dollars. Well, this one in particular, the first issue was about $5-6, but this is the Midtown Comics exclusive J. Scott Campbell sketch cover. J. Scott Campbell, man, and Spider-Man covers. What a great, phenomenal duo. Everybody loves J. Scott Campbell. So to get one of his books for, you know, less than a couple of bucks, really nice. I mean, I know these are probably printed very heavily, because it's the first issue, of course, but still, nice cover. Love having it. Looks even better in a Mylar. We got issue 5 of Secret Wars as well. This is issue 5. This is the one. The cover A is the one that was featured in Deadpool Wolverine, which everybody goes ballistic for that cover. This was only a couple dollars, and I think this is the better cover. This is the Pat Broderick variant. Yeah, you got all the different Dooms. He did art on Doom 2099, so of course you got him there. You got our Doom, Sorcerer Supreme Doom, and I don't know if this is Doom War Doom or Book of Doom. I'm not entirely sure what Doom variant that's supposed to be, but I love this. I love this book. I love the cover, and I actually just finished reading New Avengers, which completely leads into this. So we also got issue 7, and we also have issue 8 of Secret Wars. This is the regular cover, and then this is the this is a variant cover. I forget who also does the art on this too, but I really liked its Doom cover. Always looking for my Doom covers. You know, glad to have these physically. Okay, I did read these years ago on the app, But I do like having the physical books now that, you know, I have the space and money for it. And lastly, this is a stack and a half. We have this nice stack of Plastic Mans. We got issue 2. We got issue 2, issue 4, issue 5, issue 6. Oh, almost slipped out of there. Issue 7, 8, and 11 of Plastic Man. I picked up another issue actually of this run at the outlet in Astoria, but I love these covers so much. I love the Kyle Baker covers. They kind of have that like old school Disney kind of funnies look to them, almost like a modern interpretation of what cartoon in like the 50s 40s looked like. And these are the Kyle Baker covers, and then we have, I believe, yeah, this is a Scott Morris cover. I love it, and I think it fits Plastic Man perfectly. Again, he's one of my favorite heroes, so I think he's badass. He's I love the trope of you know, the goofy clown guy that has world-ending abilities but just is too incompetent to use them, or he just doesn't care that much and just wants to chase skirts and just be the man. And then lastly, I'll just go over some books that I picked up while I was in store. So now we have Marvel Rising Alpha #1, another Gurihiro cover. Love the way they draw Squirrel Girl. Always loved it. I also love the way they draw I mean, all their drawings, whoever they're drawing, but in particular, I'd say their design for Squirrel Girl, honestly, is my favorite design for Squirrel Girl. Same thing with Gwenpool. I mean, there's how Gurihiro draw Gwenpool, and then there's everybody else. And for me, it's kind of the same thing with Squirrel Girl. It's Gurihiro drew them, how they drew Squirrel Girl, and then there's everybody else who draws Squirrel Girl. Again, I like the cartoon, the little cartoon shorts or short movies. I think it was like an hour movie special or something that they were doing years ago with the characters. And then 2 new releases, brand new. We got Kosher Mafia #5. I actually just finished reading this run. This is the best comic of 2024. Highly recommend reading this if you can find it. This seems like a I don't know if it's like a low print run or thank you, car. So I don't know if this is a low print run of the book, or, you know, a lot of shops just aren't ordering it because it's like a super indie book. I love the Mad Cave. I'm gonna start picking up more Mad Cave stuff after this because this blew me away. The first 2 issues I read was I was hooked. But it just seems like shops aren't picking this up. If you can get your local shop to pick it up, do, or find it online. But I highly recommend it. The Comic Book Palace guys on YouTube channel, they really were praising this book a lot when they were doing their new books of the week a few weeks ago, or about a month ago. So picked it up off of their recommendation, and I'm gonna recommend it to more people. And then we got One World Under Doom, the Clayton Crane variant cover. There's a fucking dinosaur. It's a Doomosaur. I just this was the reason why I picked this book up. I'm hoping it's good, and I did read some reviews on it, and it seems like it's a pretty good first issue. It is Doom. How can you fuck up Doom? He's such an easy character to write, I feel like. Just make him cool. That's all you gotta do, just make him cool. But I'm gonna crack this open. I know Doom Academy just dropped, and I think next week they're doing Doom Division, which is Tiger Division, so I know I'm probably going to go hungry, going crazy with those cover pickups. I know there's the Luna Snow Rivals cover, and Peach Momoko is doing covers of some of the other characters as well, so I'm probably going to go broke picking up these freaking covers. But regardless, you know, Marvel isn't doing very well in my eyes. creatively, story-wise. I'm not looking for, groundbreaking stories. Sometimes I just want something good to read. And I think DC's doing a way better job right now than Marvel. Hopefully this is it. I mean, the Ultimate Universe stuff is great, don't get me wrong, but outside of that, they're kind of struggling with me. So, hoping this is good. If it's not, whatever. At least I have a cool Crane cover. But if it is, great. If not, well, that's just how Marvel's been going lately. So again, thank you for watching again. Still trying to figure out some ways to kind of clean up the look and feel of these videos.